Greetings. Hi everyone, this is Ojambo. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use LibreOffice Online. So this is a web-based Office suite. I'm going to show you how to get it working. We're not going to use any, for example, any clients. We're going to create our own personal client right from scratch. Okay, so let's get started. So I have an example. File. You see, it's called example.dox. And when I was testing before, I created some other files. So this one here, you see, it's just the example dox. It could be an ODT file. It doesn't really matter. So I'll show you all that in when we actually get this up and running. All right. So quick reminder that every day I do a live stream at 2 p.m. Eastern. Visit ojambo.com for details. You're free to join the live chat and post anything about programming or lifestyle topics. And as you can see, there's a link to the live stream. If you don't want to do that, you can simply watch the video. The video is also embedded in the article. Also, be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments. That helps the channel grow and helps other people who are looking for this type of content, or people who just need a little refresher, or just want to expand their knowledge on open source software applications and programming skills. All right, so what is LibreOffice? LibreOffice is a free open source desktop suite. It comes with something to do word processing, spreadsheets, presentation. There's a database as well, and there's something called math. Math is, I don't know why they think of it as a separate application, because it can, that's usually done in the Calc, which is the spreadsheet program. And you can also use base to connect to other databases, except for the built-in one. All right. But we're not going to talk about the desktop version. We're going to talk about the online version. So basically, you can host your own online version. For example, I use Nextcloud. In the past, I had Nextcloud. I was using I think it's called Nextcloud Office or something like that. But it's based on something called Collabora code. I'll explain all that when we get to that part. So let me just go over this quickly. So I'm also going to use a Podman container. I'm going to use Podman Compose, and I'll show you all that as well later. So if you ever wanted a private open source alternative to Google Docs or Microsoft Office Online, LibreOffice Online is a great choice. It's web-based, as I said before, of the popular LibreOffice suite, allowing you to edit documents, spreadsheets, presentations right from your own browser. Okay, so LibreOffice Online is a cloud version of the LibreOffice suite. I will explain that. Allows users to create and edit documents, spreadsheet presentation directly in the browser. You can collaborate real time with multiple users and maintain full control over your data. You host it yourself. So it's completely open source. Anyone can modify, use, and distribute it freely. So you can run LibreOffice Online in containers. I'm going to use Podman, which is a daemon alternative to Docker. So it's rootless. That means that you can run it as a regular user instead of using it as Docker sometimes needs root permissions. I'll explain all that when we actually take a look at the code and how I got it to run in Podman. So I'm going to use Podman Compose. You don't need Podman Compose, but I like to run Podman Compose because it controls. You can have multiple containers, and it will view it or run it as if it's one image. So this way you don't have to maintain like several commands. You can write your own scripts, but Podman Compose just makes it pretty easy. So everything I'm doing here today, if you have Docker and prefer to use Docker, you can still use Docker. However, this is I'm using Podman, I said, because it's rootless. Okay. I also recommend that you use an SSL. It's optional. Obviously, I'm localhost, so it doesn't matter. But if this was on a remote server, I would recommend you use SSL. There's no reason you should not use one. You can use for production. You can use, for example, Let's Encrypt. There's probably other companies as well, so they do provide free, valid SSL certificates. All right. So so what I did here is I created a project for it. As you can see, I called it LibreOffice Online. And then what I did is I created the YAML file here. And so let's take a look at the, actually I'm going to open up, I'll open up the YAML file and I'll explain what it is. So we're going to use, I'll open up the YAML file and I'll explain it. Actually, before I open this up, let me explain something to you. So I set this up for my particular use case locally. However, if you're doing this, if you're using this for your own particular use case, you need to let it know that there's actually two components that you need to do. So just be aware of that. Don't think that you just, I mean, unless you get an image that already has everything for you. So I'm going to show you how to do everything right from scratch. So the base thing that you need to do is you need something from, as I said, it's called Collabora code. That's the development server. It's not meant to be used in production, but if it's just you yourself, whatever, that's fine. You can use it for yourself. Obviously, if you have multiple users, it's not meant for that, but it's just meant for development. And I'll show you that as well. So basically, in our Podman YAML file here, our Compose YAML file, you can see it here. And so if you copy this code, don't just do a copy pasta, right? Basically replace some of this. For example, here it says yourdomain.com, you replace it with your domain. Now because I'm localhost, I'm going to put obviously a localhost domain or IP address. And then for testing purposes, because I can't have a valid SSL certificate on my local machine, so I also added this extra parameters where I put SSL.enable equals false. That disables SSL. In production, you should really use like a reverse proxy with Nginx and Let's Encrypt. I already mentioned Let's Encrypt before, and then after that you can simply start the service. When the service is up and running, then you go to localhost :9980, and then you see the administration part for the development server. So that's what I'm saying. I need to explain that because it confused me myself. So what happens is that's only for the development server. If you actually want the part where you connect to LibreOffice and all that, that is different. You need to, as I said, you need to use something like Nextcloud, or you create it yourself. So I'm going to create mine myself and I'll show you what I did. So I just want to make that sure. So I think even here you see, so what I did here is, so I'm going to open all these files up, literally all of these three files up, so you can see what's going on, except for this DOX file. So I'm going to open all these files up and we'll go through all of them. So I'm going to open with, I'll use where's the text editor? In the text editor. I'm going to use the text editor and I'll put it here and I'll explain everything. So the first thing we need to talk about is this Podman YAML file. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. So the version doesn't matter, you can do whatever you want. So remember, Collabora, the online development edition code, that's a code service, so that's the one here. It says image. So you grab this, I believe it comes from, might become from the Fedora, Red Hat, or from GitHub. And you see, you just give it a code name. The ports are 9980, 9980. That's very important. Okay. The environment, say the domain. So you put a domain here. When you can specify the environment. So here I would put your actual domain. But for me here, I want to connect it using multiple, for example, my local host, obviously, and I also want to connect it, for example, through my phone and other devices. So I didn't specify a domain here, but you really should. If you put an asterisk, that means you'll be able to connect to it from anywhere. Okay, and you see here I have extra parameters here, and I put SSL.enable equals false, as I said, because I can't have Let's Encrypt locally, at least at the time of this recording. And then the usual restart unless -stopped, and the cap -add, we put mk node. This is required for this Collabora code for the development edition. Okay, and then after that we create this. So this is the part. See this front end. This is the one that I said this will be based on. I said if you're using something like the Nextcloud, Drupal, there are others as well, but I'm not going to use any of them. I'm just going to say I'm going to create my own from scratch. So that's why I did it this way. So in order to create my own from scratch, I just create another container, and what I do here is I build it. Obviously it's going to build, and the context will be based on the Docker, specific Docker file, because we're going to need a few of them. So you see here there's a container file or Docker file, and this is the one. You can rename this. It could be an engine. So this is going to be Nginx, but you can use any other web server. You can use Node.js, PHP, Python, whatever you want. I'm going to use Nginx. And then you see the container name. It's going to be called WOPI-frontend. We're going to open the ports 8080. My host will be mapped to port 80 in the container. The reason for this is because I do use 80. As I said, I do run Apache sometimes when I work. I do run, because I do maintain some websites, so I do run that locally. So I don't want. So that's why I changed this port number. And depends on Collabora, obviously the first container, and we start and then stopped. Now, then we have another one. This is where we're going to have our own service. So again, we're going to have a separate container file, and then that's what this is going to be the backend. You see the port number is different. It's 8081, and it's to 5000. So this is the one where we're going to. It also depends on Collabora. So this will make more sense when we actually look at the container file. So let's look at the first container file, which is the front end here. Front end. So this is the front end one. I'm going to zoom in here, and you can see it's based on Nginx. As I said before, it's based on Nginx. As I wanted a very small Nginx container, so I used the Alpine. Alpine Linux is it's a very minimal Linux distribution. I believe it was based on Debian. I don't know if it's still based on Debian or they went on their own way. So you're able to put in, meaning it's very slim. It's very slim. Okay, so then after that, you see we're going to copy a specific Nginx configuration. That's the one we're going to use. I'll show you that as well. And then we're going to remove the default Nginx welcome page, because we don't need it. We're going to have our own, and see that's the index.html file. So I'll show you the index.html file, and then we're going to expose port 80. So it's going to expose port 80, but it's going to be mapped, remember, to port 8080. Okay, so this is our, what is it called, host file. So where is our, this is the one here. So I'm going to show you this host file next. This is for Nginx. You see it listens on port 80. The server name is localhost. This part actually screwed me up a little bit because I wasn't sure, because localhost is also in the machine, and localhost is obviously when I'm outside. So yeah, you have to change this to localhost. This one took me a while to figure out. And then you can put the root here. You see it will be HTML and then index.html. So, and then if there's nothing there, it will just be 404. So this is our index.html file. It's very, very simple here. Just this, the doc type, HTML, the head section is a title there, and then in the body we have just some h1 tags. You put whatever you want in there, then a paragraph tag saying loading document from WOPI host via Collabora Online. You just put an iframe, and you see the iframe here, the source. Look at that. So I grabbed the IP address of the machine. The reason I do that is so that this will also work when I do it from here. On the phone or any other device. So obviously, if you had a specific what do you call it? If you have a specific IP address, or if you have a specific subdomain or whatever, that's what you'd use instead. And you see it's 9980. Remember I told you about the 9980? That's super important. /browser, and then this, then /cool, all this stuff. So you have to what do you call this? So this all comes from the I'll show you this as well when we actually run the program, just to show you how it works. And then we have, what else do we have here? We have and so in this particular case I'm going to use the example.docs file here, because this is just a tutorial. See, I set the width 100%, the height to 900 pixels, whatever, the same thing for iframe, and that's it. Very simple stuff. Alright, and then I'm going to show you next, I'm going to show you the back end. I'm going to show you the backend container file. So backend container file, what am I using? I'm using Python. Okay, so I'm using Python. I could have used PHP. Again, you see Python 3.1.1. It's from Alpine as well. And so the separate container is /app. You see it's exposes 8081 maps to 5000. Expose 5000. And here we have a server Python file. So it's going to copy it into the app folder, and it's also going to copy the example.docs into our app folder, and then it will just launch, and it will launch the this server Python file. So let's take a look at that Python file. Here it is. Here is the Python file. So I'll explain this very quickly. We import Flask, and we also need JSON file, request and send file, and we import the OS. I'll explain that later as well. So we just make up a test file ID. Now we could do this dynamically, but I said I hard coded this because this was for this is just for testing. So I also added an access token here, so you can make up your own. Again, obviously, if this was going towards production, I would obviously maybe put some stuff in the database where I can allow, disallow people, things like that. I said this was just hard coded one. Listen port is 5000, and the path, the file path is our example.docs. Now, as I said before, you can simply make this so it's dynamic. So, for example, you could have multiple files, or you can have an empty file, save it, etc. I'll show you that as well. So if the path, you see the OS, that's why we imported the OS. We see if the file doesn't exist, we will ask them to create the file. So I'm using DOX because most people don't know about the ODT. That's the document file format for LibreOffice. I use one because that's the I think Microsoft called it open. So here, then we'll create our endpoints here. You see, it's going to be /WPOI. You have no choice over this /files. This is created by the Collabora Online, the code one. So you can change this one. So the thing that we care about is the file ID. So the file ID, so then it will grab that specific file. Okay, so there's get and post. So what we do is we get the access token, make sure they do match. You see, it matches our access token. And the file ID is the hard-coded file ID. So that's why I said I hard-coded this one. Otherwise, you could simply make it your own and check to see if it exists. Where you have the code right here, you see? If it passed, you could have simply put it down. So then you can use multiple files. All right. So then, if it's a get method, the get method, if the file doesn't exist, we just say file not found. And if it does exist, we get its file size. Then we JSON file, JSON file. The base file name, obviously, it's going to be example.docs, and then the own ID. We just make this up here. The size, we put the version, user ID. I'm saying this could have been passed in, like if someone is logged in. But I said this is just something that I pass in here for debugging and making it easy. So the file extension is docx. Docx, sorry, support update true, user can write true. So they're saying these are way things you can change or dynamically if you want, but I just hard coded this one's here. So you can see all this stuff here, allow external marketplace set to true. Then if it's a post, that means that, remember, we're going to have that the iframe as well, so it's going to post it. So what will happen is it will return right here to return just 200, meaning that everything is good to go. And then if we go to the contents, so basically it's going to grab the content of the actual file. You can see we check the access token as well. If it's get, we're going to start serving the file, so we turn the file. See, we just send file, the MIME type obviously is simple enough. It's hard coded. Again, we can use some program, either Python, especially if this is Python, it's simple, we can create our own. So if it's post, as you can see here, the new content, we're going to overwrite the old one. So you see, that's why it's WB, that means write binary. So we write the new content, and that's it. We save the file, and that's it. If there's an error, we output the error there. And then right at the bottom here, you see we are going to run our app, and 000 meaning you can connect it from anywhere. and there we go. So that's how we actually run our file. What's this last one here? Oh, that was okay. So I tried to open. That's obviously a folder. That's not going to happen. So those are all the files here. Yeah. So that's it. So then, what we're going to do here is now we can simply go to the command line and run our application. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to open up the console, and just to show you what this looks like. Oh, the sun is actually out today. Now, in case you're wondering why I didn't add the code for creating your own, what is it? I can't even. Oh, there we go. It was. That's not the one I want. What is it? Can't even. Oh, that's not the. Okay, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want, and this is the one I want. Where is it? Oh no, that's not. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so I'm in the same folder. I'm going to clean this up a little bit so you can see what's happening. Clear. Zoom in. So what we're gonna. So after all that is done, all you need to do is simply. I said that's why we had Podman Compose. So we can build it. So that's why I'm gonna. I really don't want to rebuild it, but I'm gonna rebuild it. So I'm going to put Podman Compose. Hopefully nothing breaks. If anything breaks, I'm going to look really stupid. And build. I'm going to rebuild it. As you can see, it's going to rebuild everything, and it's done. It's up and running now. Now I want to show you. So I'm going to open up the Chromium browser, and don't worry, I'll show you guys everything. So do not fret. Okay. So, I'm going to show you the admin part first. So when you click this, and so you go to 127.0.0 or the IP address of the, it doesn't really matter, of the workstation, and you go to 9980, it's going to say OK. So this confused me. I'm thinking, what is going on? What did I do wrong? The reason is the OK means that the server is up and running, everything is fine. But it really confused me because I was thinking, shouldn't it take me to a login page or something? So before we go to the before we go to the admin login page, actually let's go to the admin login page. So you need to know the admin login page. So it's this one here, and it's going to ask you for the to login credentials. I believe it's admin. I don't. Why didn't I write that down? Let me see if I wrote that down. I can't remember now. I did it so many times. So yeah, there's an admin. Once you log in, it will take you. Oh, I remember. I think I wrote it down. It's probably one of this Podman stuff here. Let's see, Podman Compose. Is it here? Nope. It's stuff. Where was it? I probably have to search for this. Give me a second. Oh, it's in an environmental file, and I thought it had a diff. Okay, so it says here that it's actually it's actually in this the initial container. There should be an environmental file, and look for online username and online password. I don't think I have one here. I can't remember how I got this because I said I tested this so many times. Oh, there's nothing here. That's what I thought. I am not sure. Yeah, because I did this. Oh, I remember. I think I can log in a different way. Yes, I can log in a different way. So I think I can go to the interface, and it should ask me. Hopefully it won't ask me. So there's another one as well. Oops. Let's go back. Okay, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna skip that for now. I can't remember how I was able to log in and take the pictures. Because I was testing this over. So that's the admin area. But that's not important for this tutorial. But if you want, it will show you how many services running, who's running, etc. like that. So this one here is discovery. You see. Oh look! Thank goodness it changed. It left the names as is because I thought I'd have to change it. So you see here, it has a whole. This is an XML file, and it has all the URLs. For example, if you this is how if you want to write. Let me see if I'll zoom up just a little bit. Hopefully, oh no, I don't need to zoom up. The URLs show up perfectly here. So these are all the URLs for different things like the external HTTP. You see if you're SXG, ODM, OTM, and you can see they all have different CSV. They all one thing you will notice is this you see you have to type browser and etc. This should seem familiar because remember we used some of this in our backend and code as also HTML files. You can see if you have SVG images they want to use, so you can go through. So it has this one lists all the URLs. You see PowerPoint, a whole bunch of stuff here. So and the iframe. If you remember the iframe, if you want to integrate the admin area, you can see this is the URL that you would use, and you can see hosting capabilities, etc. etc. So that's the admin area, and I said this is not about the admin area. This is important. This is for the what do you call it? This is for the how to. This is for editing the file itself. But if that's how you get to the admin, I want to touch on this because some people might. I think I did some. Let me see if I took some screenshots of the admin area. Yes, I did. Yeah. So the admin area. You see it has a dashboard. This is what the dashboard looks like for the admin area. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It'll tell you how many resources and all that is being used. So I said this is not about the admin area, but this is about. So the one we want to go to is just we just should go to the. So I'm just going to go to the IP address 192. What was it? 8,000? Yeah, 8080. I chose 8080, so that's the one we go to. Oops, did I make a mistake? Did I choose 8,000? Do you guys remember? What did I choose? Let's go Podman Compose. Oh, it is 8080. Yeah, it says 8080 here. Why is that not working? Oh, do I have to put HTTPS? Oh, I think I have to put HTTPS. I can't remember now. Oh, duh! I put the wrong one. It's 8080, not 8808. 8080. There we go. Oh, what is going on here? Okay, it's loading. Oh, come on, I made another mistake. What is wrong with me? No, it's 192. Why does it say HTTPS? I thought I'd move the HTTPS there. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with this? Yeah. 8080. Okay, here we go. Finally, sheesh. Okay, zoom out. Okay, so here we go. And you can see, wow, this actually looks much better than the screenshot. Oh yeah, the screenshot was here. Okay, so so as you can see here, it has. I might have to redo this again. Yeah, I think I have to redo this again. It kind of messed up. So let me refresh again. Yeah, there we go. I think because I had zoomed in. Yeah, so here we go. So you can see this is the iframe. Anything you save in here will be saved and put into the it will be saved. So what I mean is it will you can edit the file here. You see it says loading document from OP host via Collabora Online. So you can edit files here. You can load. For example, you go to file. You see you can save print, repair, signature, etc. So make sure you save when you make edits. So for example, here you see it says it's example.docs because I hard coded it. So for example, here I can go next line. Let's see here, I'm going to change some of this. That one I'm going to make it bold, for example, and this one very big line. Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. So I'm going to change the font of that. See, it's a Droid Sans. Let's change it to Deja Vu Sans Mono, and I'm going to change this to, let's make it really large, so 80. There we go. Very big. You know what I should have said? I said, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of very big here and just say B subscribe. There we go. Subscribe. Oh, that's not how you spell subscribe. Subscribe. There we go. Subscribe. Okay, so obviously you can all, it's the usual stuff. So now with that said, that's it. So make sure you save. So you can click the save thing here, or just go to file and then hit save. Now this doesn't look as good because it's clearly so what I'm getting at is, you see this, it looks much better like this, the layout, as opposed to the I'm doing this for the vertical screens so that people who are so you see you can get rid of the sidebar as well. I'm doing this because people who are on vertical screens can also see what I'm doing. So that's it. That's basically the tutorial. That's what I wanted to show you guys, is that you don't need, if you're a programmer, there's always a way you can integrate things yourself, especially when it's open source. You can see you can integrate it any way that you do want. Now, before let me drop to the command line again. I want to show you guys something else. So if you type Podman, let me zoom out a little bit here. So Podman space ps-a, it's going to show you all the services running. Obviously, as you can see, I have Nginx, I have the front end and the back end. I want this one, the code one. I want to show you guys something here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So if I type Podman logs code, I want to show you, I think this is the one that tells you that you're running a development one, you shouldn't run it or something like that. So we might have to go back. I don't know how much, I don't know if, I might have, where is the, hopefully it's there. Usually it tells you. And you can see, so I can edit all these type of files. So as I said, yeah, you can edit as many files, each file types as you want. So, and you see the languages are there. Oh, maybe I missed it. I could grep it, but yeah, it usually tells you that this service is not. Oh, I think it's one of the others. Let me see what else I have. So let's do logs for the other ones. Logs, and what's this one, the front end? I'll take a look at the front end. I think the front end is the one that might, or the back end, one of them does. So let's check that one. So this is just Nginx, not a problem. Let's try the back end. Yeah, this is what I wanted. You see here, it says this is a development server. Let me zoom in. So it says, you see, it says WOPI API server starting on port 5000. Then it tells you starting serving Flask WOPI. That's the Python we did, debug mode off. It says warning: this is a development server. Do not use it in production deployment. Use a production WSGI server instead. So this is what I was trying to say, is that this is going to work perfectly for my use cases because it's just one person, me. So clearly I can use this for development, but they clearly tell you that it's only meant for development. So once you finish your development, like let's say I've finished, they should tell you should use a WSGI server instead. And you can see here it runs on all addresses. Remember, that's why we put the asterisk. So remember, I am connecting it to 127.0.0.5000. That's the local host. And then this IP address, in case you're wondering what this is internally what Podman automatically creates its own network. That's another reason I like Podman. If this was Docker, you have to mingle around and make all that stuff yourself. But here, Podman does it all for you as well. So that's it, and you can see the access token here. So that's a way you can use this particular file. So that's what I wanted to show you. So let me get out of here. I can actually just click here, subscribe for more. Oh, I forgot to save. Sorry, tutorials. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me save this. So you see I've hit save again. So I'm going to close this, and then I'll show you that it does run. So for example, if I do a refresh, you see it's there. Now, in case you think that I'm crazy, I'm actually gonna let me actually close the browser. I'm gonna close the browser. In fact, I'm gonna stop Podman here. So I'm gonna say Podman Compose down. So I'm gonna bring everything down, and I'll prove it to you that it's actually not running. Out a little bit. Yeah, you see, it's not running. So if I type Podman space ps space -a, you can see there's nothing running. So if I run it again, it's Podman Compose what is it, up -d, I think it is. Yeah, that's it. So it's gonna run it. It's not building. I'm not rebuilding it, so I'm just running again. You see it's up and running. I can check if it's up and running. You see they're all running now. You see they started how many seconds ago? I'll zoom out so you can see. Yeah, see 7 seconds ago, 7 seconds. So their status, they're all up. They're all running right now. You can see 0000. That means I can connect to it from my phone, anything like that as well. I'll show you how I'm gonna connect it in a phone in a second. So I'm gonna open up the browser again. Okay, the browser's opened up. Oops, wrong screen. There we go. So I go to 198. It was 8080, I think. Yeah, 8080. Oh, it didn't save my file. Oops. Oh, yeah. So, oops, that was my fault. It didn't save the file. Okay, so I'm gonna show it on the phone as well. What in the world? Oh, wrong. That is weird. Oh, it's 8080. 80. Looks like I'm running another server. I think I forgot to close that server down. It says it cannot be reached. Oh, there we go. So this is what it looks like on my phone. I've just run that. You see. There we go. So let me put it. So let me flip the phone. There we go. You should be able to see that as well. So it does work on the phone as well. Very nice. This one gave me the welcome screen. Alright, so what happens if I refresh this? Will it remember me? Yeah, there we go. See, it's test user. I know that this is for collaboration. So there we go. So, oh, it has 2 people. Oops. Oh, that's because there you go. It's 2 people. One of them is because I'm on the phone as well. So you see, so this way you can collaborate. Obviously, I said like this was just a simple beginner thing, but obviously every time somebody has to log in, then you know it's this user, and etc. But there you go. Here's proof that that it does work extremely well. So. Okay, so that's the end of, I said, the part I wanted to show you. Let's finish this tutorial up. I said I do have some screenshots here, as I showed you before. I couldn't get I don't remember what the default password is, even how to set the password. I think it was, what was it again, 90 something? Hosting discovery, yes, it says hosting discovery. I don't remember what the, yeah, I literally don't remember what the IP address was for that one. All right, I mean the credentials. So we are live. I can prove it. We're live. Is my volume not working? Discovery. Yes, it's hosting discovery. I don't remember what the. Yeah, I literally don't remember what the IP address was for that one. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I mean the credentials. So we are live. Is it muted? We're live. My volume seems to be working. Hello, hello. Is my volume? I did record. Yes, it's hosting. Audio is working. What the? That would be embarrassing. What the IP address was? Yeah, I really hope that's working. I don't know why the audio here. I can't hear the. Oh, maybe do I have it on mute? Let me check my sound settings. I'm really hoping I have it. It's working. Hello, hello, hello. That seems to be fine. Okay. I don't know why I can't hear this. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I mean the credentials. So we are live. Is it mute? That is weird. I don't know why I could not hear that. Okay. I'm hoping it's live. Oh, no, I recorded the video, so I can always delete this one and just use the recorded version. Okay. If you want more resources, I've written several and recorded several programming tutorials and courses that can help you learn and grow as a developer. So you can get my programming books. They're available on Amazon. The links are also in the description. You can get my online programming courses at ojamboshop.com. The links are also in the description. And if you want one-on-one programming tutorials, I'm available for personal tutoring sessions at ojambo.com/contact. If you want LibreOffice Online setup or migration help, and if you need help installing LibreOffice Online or migrating English repositories, that means even setting up for you Nextcloud or something like that, I can help you with that at ojamboservices.com/contact. So the final thoughts. LibreOffice Online is a powerful tool for anyone who wants control over their online document editing. Using Podman, you can set it up in minutes and begin editing documents securely in your own environment. Whether you're learning to code, managing your own server, or just curious about self-hosting, LibreOffice Online is a great addition to your toolkit. Now, the tutorial is done. Quick reminder, I do a live stream every day at 2 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to check out this and upcoming tutorials at ojambo.com. For example, you go to ojambo.com, you can see, you go to Watch Menu, Love Summary, you can see the topic for this and upcoming tutorials. It also tells you the exact date and time. It's always 2 p.m. Eastern every day. Also, be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments. Just as here, as I said, if you do subscribe, let me make this bigger. Okay, so be sure to subscribe. Don't forget, it really helps out the channel as well. Make sure you subscribe. Why can't I spell the R? Why do I keep on missing that? There we go. Be sure to subscribe if you're not. And then I also have two other resources I've been promoting this month. The first one is that I'm in a rural area and I do use a SpaceX Starlink. It's been fantastic. I also use it on my phone for Wi-Fi calling. If you don't know what Wi-Fi calling is, that means you can make and receive calls, text messages, MMS, as if you were in an area where you had a better connection and in a local area, so you don't pay for roaming fees. Meaning that you can travel to any country. As long as you connect your phone to Wi-Fi, you'll be able to receive calls and everything as if you're in your local area where you don't pay any roaming fees at all. It's great. The reason I use it on my phone is because the cellular service here is also spotty. So SpaceX Starlink has been fantastic. I've used it especially during this past winter. It was very harsh, and as I've said before, I actually took off the because I wanted to save some electrical bills, so I turned off the snow melt feature, and even though snow was wet up to my knees all winter, it never froze. It kept on working all through winter. And just to prove to you guys, I'm going to use it obviously this winter as well. I don't know how harsh this winter will be, but you guys will see I'll be doing live streams and it won't be a problem. And I also have this novelette. It's called The Algorithmic Serpent. It's about a scientist who creates an AI system and he starts losing his mind. So he has to regain control, not just of his mind, but also the AI system. See, this is the paperback version. It's available right now on Amazon. There's also an ebook version. So you can get the ebook version for free if you have Kindle Unlimited. And it's a very affordable. Both of them are very affordable. I made them as affordable as possible. So I mean, I couldn't put a price of 0 because there's cost involved, but it's extremely affordable. I don't think I'll ever make a profit from this, but I just wanted to get this out there because I do like writing. It's not always just about programming. So this is a little. It's just to be aware, it's a psychological thriller. So if you're thinking of getting it for some young people, just be aware of that. From what I read, they claim that if it's even though there's no swear words or anything like that, but it might torment the younger people's mind. So they recommend you should be around 16 years old and up. However, when I talk to my brother-in-law and I talk to my nieces, they say, somebody who is 13 years old, it won't be a problem if they like, like say horror flicks, those type of things. It will be fine for them. Okay, so I'm going to now check the live chat. I don't see any chat requests, so I'm going to end this live stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't think I'll depending on how much I get to do outside today, because I want to go and take care of the door actually broke off the shed. I was using particle board, but I kind of expected it, so it's a good thing it fell off. So I want to go and put a better door there. So depending on how long it will take, I might actually do a live stream tonight. I have some exciting news about Blender, but I mean, I can push that to tomorrow or another day, so it's not a problem. But definitely tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay, with that said, I'm gonna end this chat right now and live stream, and see you guys later. Bye.